Ugh. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the Boss Lando Guild. My name is Sahil, your tall and imported host on this channel, and I am glad to see the beautiful faces of the internet. I missed y'all. Did y'all miss me? I know I keep saying that in the videos, but I'm sure you miss me. We haven't shot in a long time, but I'm just happy to be here. And in today's video, we're not going to be talking about a white paper. No, we're not going to be doing a light paper. No feature vid, but this is more of how would I put this properly? A more opinion heavy, but obviously backed by resources. We're going to be talking about the future of cryptocurrency. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the future of cryptocurrency. And I'm talking in the year 2022. Yes, we are in the contemporary phase. In 2021, we've seen quite a bit of highs and lows for cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. We've seen it hit an all-time high, $68,000 if you're raking in the big bucks. Money, 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 money. And of course, we've also had to go through the sad parts, the lows of Bitcoin. But I'm not just talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about cryptocurrency in general and where it stands. So keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of juicy details to discuss, and I hope you are just as excited as I am. Now, if you can recall from a previous video that I talked about, I don't know if it was the warnings or I don't even remember which one, but cryptocurrency as a whole, as a form of exchange, is starting to receive more attention from the public eye, specifically the government. Yes, they are looking at regulating this and looking at it as a form of general exchange besides the regular fiat. Now, you obviously may think this is a bad thing, but in hindsight, no, it actually isn't. Because what does this mean for cryptocurrency? Now, don't take my word on this, but this is basically what we've gotten from general financial advice. You may think that regulation means less volatility for cryptocurrency, but in fact, it isn't. The only downside to where we see the upscale of cryptocurrency is you still have to play the long game. As sad as it may seem, that's the truth of cryptocurrency. However, with regulation from the government, whether you trust them or not, I mean, that's purely your choice, means that, we might see a depletion in cybercrime. I know all of us go through these scam ads on a daily basis. Now that cryptocurrency is like the hot topic, you see people asking, hey, why don't you join in on my NFT project, stuff like that, when people are just trying to scam you to make a quick buck. This way, involvement from the government means less of that, which means more screening. Nobody can just, come up and say, hey, I got an NFT for you. You want to try to buy it from me? You trying to hop on my project? Okay, easy money, you know what I mean? No, this is not allowed anymore. But we don't know when exactly yet the government plans to go 100% all in this. But so far, we know that they've shown some sort of interest in this as a form of exchange. Now, cryptocurrency, where it's most hot, specifically the US, poses several roadblocks. One of these major roadblocks, tax. Yes, with regulation comes in that you have to start paying your taxes on these cryptocurrencies, but we don't know for sure when this will be imposed. Now that the IRS has shown some form of interest, that means there is going to be quite a bit of legal process involved when it comes to filing these cryptocurrencies or just these virtual currencies on your tax reports. But of course, less cybercrime, it's a win-win situation, give and take pretty much. Now with this regulation, what does this mean for seasoned investors and also for those who are new to investing? With regulation from the IRS, this means that you are basically told that you're not supposed to invest in something that you are ready to lose. So what I mean by that is if you have $100, don't spend 90% of it in something that you don't have any hope in, simply because you're just trying to claim yourself as an investor in cryptocurrency. They're basically going to give you a heads up and say, hey, you know what, if you can't invest in it, don't do it. Because I know some of us, we don't really have self-control over what we do with our wallets. Like, for me, I always wait for payday because like within the first 2 weeks, that shit is Food Panda, Grab Food. Hey, kuya, please, pakitawag. 3 a.m. na, may papasok na McDo. Thank you. Now, how does this affect the price in a very volatile market? Well, it doesn't, but as I said earlier, it basically gives you the heads up and says, hey, you know what? If you don't got the money to spend, don't do it now. Bitcoin, as a form of exchange, is now slowly lurking its way into the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, it already has, but as a regulatory form of exchange, this could mean big for people. You know, instead of having to pay with the almighty dollar, you could use cryptocurrency to buy stuff. Like, I mean, we've seen Tesla do it. We all know how that went. Didn't really turn out well, but of course, the currency in and of itself is very volatile. No dictators of the market. What can you do? You know, right? You live and you learn. Elon Musk, if you're watching this video, take some notes, bro. I'm your guy. If you're looking to hire me, you know, I'm available. I'm on the clock, always. Now, with this entering the stock exchange, specifically the ETF, we've seen a bit of action from the first few weeks of its debut. But this doesn't mean that it's already a regulatory form of exchange. Obviously not, you know. For all you know, you could be holding something that's worth $6,000 to $8,000, and the next thing you know, you want to buy an Audi and your Bitcoin is suddenly worth, you know, $30,000, and you can only own a Prius. Feels bad, right? But let's not just talk about the government's involvement. Let's talk about how other companies are trying to get involved in cryptocurrency and adopting it as a form of exchange. Say, for example, PayPal. They want to use their platform and adopt crypto. You can use PayPal to buy crypto, like, hey, you don't need Binance anymore. But, you know, we don't know anything about gas fees yet. We're not going to get into the specifics since there's not much details yet. Obviously, we'll keep you guys updated, but this is just a kind of hint of good news for these crypto investors. Yes, I'm talking about you. And of course, PayPal is available internationally, so, you know what? Pat on the back for everyone. You know, I'll give you guys one too. Only downside, yes, I know I just gave you a pat on the back, but there is a downside. Not everybody is accepting cryptocurrency as a form of exchange. So say if you want to go into a retail clothing shop, you can't just say like, hey, I want to buy one H&M t-shirt with this much Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency. It's not formally accepted yet, but it's gaining a lot of attention. Maybe in the next few years, 5 to 10 years, we could see them adopting it. Maybe once the thing gets just a tad bit more stable, but you know what? We just have to sit and wait. As I mentioned earlier, the only thing is we have to play the long game, specifically with these cryptocurrencies, now that, you know, we're at a crash. So that pretty much wraps up what is in the future of cryptocurrency. It may sound redundant, or what I've said may sound redundant, but in fact, it's not. You can say that, hey, last year they were showing interest, the government were showing interest in cryptocurrency as a form of exchange. It actually wasn't in consideration until early this year. It was being given some attention, but you know, there are much bigger things. There's much more shit to deal with. So until and when, you know, everything's a bit more at bay, then we can start giving this more attention. But what does this mean for cryptocurrency in the future? People are speculating, you know, its volatility might be the end game of cryptocurrency, but you know, we're not even there yet. Cryptocurrency has just become a thing. Yes, it may have been, you know, around for quite some time now, but little by little, it's starting to attract even the regular employee who's looking to invest and make some passive income. So until and when we find out that this thing becomes a bit more stable, volatility is reduced, maybe some dictators of the market show up, we won't know till then. But I hope you gained some insight from this video. And if you have any questions, comments, or queries, leave them down in the section below and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Once again, this has been Sahil from the Bosslando Guild, and I can't wait to see you on the flip side.